Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Miss Jaleisha J. I am a spiritual teacher, inspirational speaker, and I help you challenge your limited beliefs so that you can manifest life that you desire. I help you do this by, teaching you about opening up your heart space so you can live an authentic life. When you live authentically, that means that you are living in your truth. And when you live in your truth, that means loving on yourself fully. And so that's how you align and manifest what you really want to come into your life. So if you see the title of the video, I'm going to jump into it, but please make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you are aware when I post videos. I decided to do something a little bit different and record this outside. You might hear trees in the background. Trees, well, I don't know if you can hear trees. I meant to say you might hear cars in the background. You might hear some traffic going on, but I thought this vibe was kind of peaceful. It's very grounding for my spirit, and for what I'm about to get into, I definitely need the groundedness. So I'm going to talk about the truth about the twin flame journey and what it is really meant for. I don't want to go into depth about, twin flame signs and how to know this person's your twin flame. I think there's many videos about that, but really, what is the essence of the twin flame? And I'm only speaking from experience, from my own journey. As I stated in other videos, I had a really bad heartbreak, which caused me to want to dive into healing myself and diving deep into shadow work, and that was because of the twin flame journey. And so for me coming to you guys speaking about this, I just want to enlighten you about what the truth about the twin flame journey is and the awareness that I've gained from it and from my own personal experience. So it's a video of transparency. Okay, so let's jump into it. If you are spiritual, if you are aware, you've probably heard of twin flames. You've probably heard of soulmates, karmic relationships. And the basis of a twin flame is that, this person is probably the other half of you. As they say, like, this is your other half. Like, this is the twin of you. Like, this is another person who has your soul, who has your spirit. And they are pretty much your twin. Like, their hang-ups, so their insecurities, it's almost like a reflection for yourself. They're a mirror of yourself. So when you come into contact, it's like a connection you've never experienced before. And I want to be mindful because I believe in energy and we are all energy. This will be my only video about this, because if I give too much energy into this connection, then it can bring that connection back into the aura, and that's definitely not what I want to happen. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. So going back to the connection, so it's like a connection you've never experienced. It's almost like a magnetic connection. You feel like this person knows you, they see you better than anyone else. You guys probably have a lot of synchronicities. You probably see a lot of numbers. You could see their name, you could see their birthday, you could get signs of each other, you could dream about each other. You guys could be having astral travel dreams together. You guys could be seeing each other before you even meet and cross paths. You may have already met before, crossed paths prior, but it wasn't anything serious. And then when you connect again, it's like, whoa. But normally with the twin flame journey, it is almost either someone is awakening, or this person that's coming into your life, that twin flame, they're helping you on your awakening journey. And this is normally a catalyst for your healing. This is normally a catalyst for your growth and evolution. And I think what a lot of people misunderstand about the journey is that it is not supposed to be about the other person. It is all about self. It is all about self. And I'll use my example. My twin flame came into my life a few years ago, several years ago, and I was already getting signs that my twin flame was coming. I had synchronicities, I had signs everywhere, and I was really excited because I believe I was intentionally manifesting this connection, because I just became aware spiritually, and I thought, oh my God, I want this in my life. So I manifested this because I thought, oh, this is gonna be my person forever, like, yay. And I manifested this connection, and it was very eye-opening, because it was everything that I was not okay with about myself in another person. So it was like a reflection. Like, we had so many things in common, but we also had so many things that we weren't. Like, his weaknesses were my strengths, and my strengths were his weaknesses. And a lot of things that I saw that I needed to work through, I saw in him, and I think it was vice versa. A lot of things I was afraid of he was doing, and it was just it definitely, I never experienced anything like this in my life, and I thought, oh my God, like, we're supposed to be together. And but I also, because of my own issues, like I said, the twin flame journey shows you who you are, and a lot of times we put our focus on that other person, and that's what I was doing. I was putting my focus on what they were lacking, why they weren't showing up, why they weren't giving me what I really wanted. And the thing was is that if I really had been looking at self, because my wound was my abandonment issues, my wound was being alone and not having someone love me, if I had really been paying attention to that and honoring myself and my boundaries and my self-love, then I would have been able to accept someone for who they were as they showed up. Not that they're wrong or they're invalid or they're a horrible person, but this is just who they are. And I can either accept that or I can say that's not for me, you know? And instead of saying that's not for me, this is not where I'm at right now, I was trying to mold and change and find fault in the other person. And it became this chase and back and forth dynamic. And it caused a lot of gunk to happen. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I see that a lot of times online, and when we talk about twin flames, we talk about the chase and the runner. And I don't remember all of this right now because I've kind of gotten so disconnected from this journey that I don't even like get into the dynamics of the names because I just don't do it. But I think it's the chaser and runner. I'm not for sure, but I think there is this whole obsession online about it. Oh, when they come back, they're gonna come back. No, they're gonna come back. But it's not about them. It's really just about us. It's really about our self-worth and learning where our wounds are, because we're all on separate journeys. Yeah, this person, it could be your other half, could be the other part of your soul, but they're on their own journey as well, and we all have free will. And so you may come into this divine connection. You never felt this before. You get telepathic messages. You're able to communicate without speaking. You know, like it's absolutely amazing. The sexual chemistry is amazing. You never felt this before. It could be all those things. But if there's a lack of self knowledge and awareness of what you're desiring and what you need to pay attention to, your own wounds, then it becomes a cycle of no growth. And that's what to me personally, the twin flame journey is about, is growth and evolution of self. Not to say this person may not be your person. It could be, or it could be a lesson for you. It could be something that you need to grow and to extend and to expand. And you know, we need to get away from the concept of I just have to wait for this person, or I have to hope this person's going to come around, or this person's going to come back, or I'll never have this again. Instead of seeing it for its divineness, instead of seeing it for its spiritual blessing, twin flame to me is a blessing. It is not a comfortable journey. It is not a blissful journey in the beginning. But I think that if both people are willing to be helpful and aware of themselves and wanting to work on themselves and actively choose to participate in their own growth and evolution, I think it could be absolutely amazing, because you have somebody that truly sees you and you see them. But I also think if it doesn't become that, then it can become toxic in a way. And I hate using that word toxic because it's overused, but it can become toxic. And in my situation, it became toxic because of my own insecurities. And I don't want to talk about the other person because it has nothing to do with them. I mean, they're accountable for themselves, right? But I always want to take accountability for myself today. And I went back on a lot of different things I didn't want to go back on. And when I say that, I'm talking about my emotional boundaries, how I want to be treated, how I desire to be treated, the love I have for myself. This was an awakening to show that you got a little bit more work to do. And it also was my greatest teacher about self-love, about owning who I am, and that my worth, my value, the love I have for myself has to be so much more than any relationship, any experience with another person, any divine connection, any spiritual connection. It has to be so much more, because I am amazing. Like I am deserving of that, and that whatever is meant for me will never miss me. And that was my thing with this journey, was that I was so obsessed with the twin flame notion that I wanted more for myself, because I felt I deserved better. But then I also was in this space of, I don't know if I'll have this again. I don't know if I'll get to have this experience with someone else. I don't know if that's meant for me. And so I questioned myself. And I say this to anyone who's on the journey of the back and forth, that I send you love, and that you are absolutely worthy of joy, happiness, peace. You are worthy of contentment. That I am under the understanding now that back and forth, the confusion, the waiting, is this person coming, that's a mirror showing like, hello, love yourself a little bit more. Because the more you love on yourself, the more your vibration is lifted, the more you are in alignment for what's really meant for you. Because that connection may have been just the catalyst to something that's even more beautiful that's to come. Or it could be that blessing for you, that person for you. But either way, if they're out of your life, that's a space for you to grow. If they're in your life, that's still a space for you to grow. It's never about them. It's always about us. And what if I'm growing? What if I'm learning and this other person isn't? Then I have to be in a space where I can let them go. If I can't let them go, or if I'm holding on to something, then that's a wound. That's an abandonment issue. That's a codependency. That becomes a trauma bond. So it's definitely an enlightenment to look at self. But it can be a beautiful experience, because I've seen people have beautiful experiences with their twin flames. I just know in my experience, because of my own things I had to be aware of, my abandonment issues, my own fear of like not receiving what's really meant for me, I contributed in the destruction. How about I say that? But what happened from that was also the biggest blessing, because it started me on this path of like almost a rebirth of emotional healing, of learning who I am and really coming in tune with, and I'm still in the process of learning how I feel. And that relationship, that experience has brought me here, talking to you guys about it, my heart being opened, and it being exposed and being vulnerable about it. Because, yeah, I don't think I ever thought I could do this. But I'm in a space now where before I had so much anger and I was upset, and really I was upset with myself. I was upset with myself because, like I said, I was ashamed. I was ashamed that I went back on my boundaries. I was ashamed that I was going back and forth. I was ashamed that I was allowing someone back in my life, and I was going back to the person. I was ashamed that I was doing things because I felt, oh, I've never felt this before. I have to have this connection. But the universe, God, spirituality, divine source is limitless. It's openless. And every experience, I was reading this the other night, which I think is absolutely amazing. It said that every encounter is a holy encounter. Every encounter that we have is a holy encounter, and that we are to gain something from that experience. Every person that we encounter is a holy encounter. And I think that's absolutely the most amazing description to describe a twin flame, is that it's a holy encounter. We're meant to experience this for a reason. If it does happen, it's meant to happen because we're meant to elevate, we're meant to grow, we're meant to understand ourselves, we're meant to go on this journey of becoming more whole within. Because the more we become more whole within, the more we are able to align and to attract whole experiences, whole connections, whole beings. And if you truly believe that the more you heal yourself, the more your twin is also healing, then that's possible as well. And if that's the case, they may come back. But I think in the middle of all that, the runner, chaser, all that stuff, I think that stuff is very much, it's toxic. I think it's unhealthy, and I think that we just have to really, really pour that love in ourselves and really look at the message of what we're here for, why we're having this experience. And you know, when you get to a place when you can look back on something and you be like, yeah, I see what I see what happened there, I see what that was for, then that's a grateful place to be. Like, I can see what that experience was for, and it was necessary for the growth, it was necessary for the evolution. But now it also has helped me come to this place of, I am absolutely deserving of consistency, of healthy love, of healthy relationships with others, healthy connections. I'm absolutely entitled to that. Absolutely entitled. And anything else is less than what I'm worthy of, and I'm too divine for that, you know? So that was my experience. I would love to know what your experiences are with twin flame connections. This will be the only video I ever do about twin flames, because I just think that, you know, it's overhyped, and I definitely have a different perspective on it than when I first started. It could seem exciting, but you got to be careful what you ask for. If you're asking for that experience, get ready for that experience, because that experience is for some healing. Okay, it's for some healing, and this person is probably always going to be in your life in some way, shape, form, fashion. Okay, this is different. This ain't no regular walk in the park, but it's a beautiful experience. So that's all I have. If you guys want to tell me your experiences, please let me know. If you vibe with it, cool. If you think it's crazy, cool. But I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have a great day, or great week, or evening, whatever. Peace.